Hi folks, today I have some footage coming from the Armed Fisherman's channel, where he and several other frauditors, including the new frauditor Warren Sapp, have decided to go to an Okeechobee City Council meeting and show out in true frauditor fashion. But before we start today's video, a big thank you to all of my current and new channel members and subscribers. Without all of your support, I couldn't keep the channel going, so I want to thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe to the page. Leave a like and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm. Don't forget to check out my second channel, NCR Movie Network, and my podcast, the Craptown Florida Man Power Ranking. Episode 31 is out right now. With all that being said, let's enjoy today's video.
Great morning, not good morning, great morning. I've also learned that we should never assume that a person knows something. The assumptions are bad. Assuming that you don't know, this is the Holy Bible. Assuming that you don't know, this is the Constitution of the United States, which is ordained by the Holy Bible. I'm taking this route. We're going to talk about bridges, if time permits. We're going to talk about potholes. We're also going to talk about libraries. But I want to give you the opportunity to violate. You violated so far 4 of the 5 elements of the First Amendment. With me personally and a lot of these activists.
Right.
We'll take this under consideration and give it the amount of time that it needs. What else do you have to say?
What does that mean? I don't understand
what
you're
else
saying.
do you have to say?
Okay.
Something you want to talk about the potholes? Is your time.
We're going to talk about the potholes, but you just to be clear, you don't want me to talk about the Bible to exercise my freedom of religion. Is that correct? Is that what you're saying right now? I want to make it clear.
Do you want to talk about? You said you want.
I want to talk about.
You're out of order. Do you want to talk about potholes or bridges or not?
I'm going to talk about potholes and bridges, but not on your terms, sir.
This will be the time to do it, or either you can leave.
Leave us or have a seat. Are you telling me to leave the building? Is that what you're telling me? Is that what you're telling me, to leave the building?
Now, this particular frauditor is trying to bring up the First Amendment. Yes, you do have the constitutional right to address your government, which you're doing. They're not violating that. You also have the freedom of speech. But these meetings are regulated with the state statutes and orders of meetings that you have to have in the rules of decorum. They're not saying you can't assemble. You're clearly hanging out with your frauditor friends. And they're not denying the press to be there. The press is there. This was covered by, multiple news outlets in the Florida area. So your claims that they're violating the constitutional rights of you is just plain wrong.
Do you want to talk about potholes?
I want to.
You're out of order. Take him out. Take him off the premises, please.
Off the premises.
Yes.
All right, you don't have to touch me. I'm gonna do it on my own, okay? I'm gonna go.
Well. Bye.
Yes, sir. You need to go now.
I'm going.
Yes, sir. You need to start walking, please.
Under threat of
Sir,
arrest.
don't stay here. Come on.
You want
We
to
gotta go.
don't touch me, though. Don't touch me.
They
Please
can't-
don't touch me. I'm gonna tell you.
Sir, I'm not going to
Listen,
tell you.
let me
again
tell
to
you
leave.
this.
All right, if you don't leave, thank you, sir.
Oh, you guys know.
I'm anointed by God. I'm that weak and prophet. I'm telling you. Once you touch me, everything, the whole, everything.
Okay, we have a John.
Good morning. John Felix, Transparency Accountability Coalition, TAC-US.org.
Oh my God, who the hell cares?
This is public comment. This is open public comment. I cannot disrupt the meeting during my time to speak. As a matter of fact, you disrupt the meeting when you cut people off during their 3 minutes. Open public comment is supposed to be open, not pigeonholed into specific topics like bridges. Florida Sunshine Law 286.0114. You cannot arbitrarily silence speakers. Broward Coalition versus Broward 2018. You
Sir,
cannot.
if you want to talk about something that we have jurisdiction
Yes,
over,
you have
you're
jurisdiction.
ready.
Sir, you have jurisdiction. You
Cut
have.
cut the mic, please. If you're not going to do that, then we're through.
I am speaking on stuff you
We're
have.
through.
You have stuff. I'm talking about stuff.
Cut the mic, please. Thank you. Thank you. You're through. Okay.
You're committing a felony if you remove me right now.
Shenanigans.
Na.
Shenanigans.
Na.
And we're calling shenanigans, folks, because John Felix is wrong about quite a few things. One, it wouldn't be a felony if they turned off his microphone and stopped him from speaking, due to the fact that he's not there to address any actual issues going on in the city council meeting right now. He's only there to antagonize and try to provoke a response. Not to mention, he brings up the Cohen versus California case. Yes, they're not saying he can't say what he wants to say. However, they are saying that due to the rules of decorum, they can actually stop him from using profane language. And he is misquoting Florida state statute. The statute he's quoting doesn't say that they cannot arbitrarily deny him from speaking or tell him what he can and cannot say. That statute he brings up specifically brings up if there's litigation involved in speech, and it only brings up parts of reasonable fee scheduling. It also does state that the city council meetings can be dictated by them and designated for what they need to be for. So they can actually tell him he can't talk about certain things that's not a part of the agenda.
Cohen versus California.
Please take him out.
Bethel versus Fraser Schools should not restrict loose speech, but does not apply to adults.
This is America.
You're going to.
America.
Take him out.
Fuck you. You come take me out.
David,
You come take me out.
calm down, Dave.
Take him out of the premises, please.
You come take me out. Fuck you. What's your badge number? What's your fucking badge number? What's your fucking badge number? What's yours? What's yours?
Little girl said.
What's yours? What's yours? You broke it. All your qualifying immunities. Fuck you. For all I know, I'm suing you. Every fucking right.
I'm leaving. I was actually talking about stuff the county has control over. David Hasselbeck was out of fucking control.
Boy, that escalated quickly. I mean, that really got out of hand fast.
It jumped up a notch.
It did, didn't it?
Two little girls over there. It's horrible.
Now, the frauditor we can hear screaming in the background, eyes on the state, could face some legal troubles if he doesn't stop. Due to Florida Statute 877.03, breach of the peace, disorderly conduct, it states, whomever commits such an acts as are a nature to corrupt the public morals or outrage the sense of public decency or affect the peace and quiet of persons who may witness them engage in brawling or fighting or engage in such conduct as to constitute a breach of the peace or disorderly conduct shall be found guilty of a misdemeanor in the second degree. Hearing him screaming obscenities at the top of his lungs could be considered disorderly conduct. Yes, this is a public meeting and he has the right to address his government, and I'm not denying that. However, his actions, due to the fact that there are small children there, could be grounds to have him charged.
David.
Warren Sapp?
The First Amendment's core principle is to protect free and robust discussion of public affairs, hold government officials accountable, and check for abuse of power. Sir, you're the very definition of abuse of power.
With all due respect, what the fuck are you talking about?
As you sit there in that chair, the good people of Okeechobee pay you a nice salary to sit here for 180 seconds and close your mouth and listen to public comment, and you won't do it. It's amazing to me. Amazing. No discipline, no nothing from you, except just yelling and screaming and kicking people out, and you don't want to hear what they got to say. And then when they get kicked out, you look over here at your attorney and say, is that arrestable?
Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but weren't you traded from the Bucks after you were getting in altercations with the head coach at the time? And then there was that incident at the Super Bowl where you got fined for trying to fight the opposite team's coach over an argument. You want to make these accusations that he has no patience, no manners, but your own actions in the past have shown that you don't. And you're saying that this man is throwing people out and seeing if it's legal. Well, he might have to see if it's a arrestable offense for the gentleman screaming profanities in the background, disrupting the meeting. He's not a lawyer. That's why he's talking to the city's lawyer to see if that's something they need to pursue charges for.
You want to be an officer that bad? Go get a badge. It doesn't take much in Okeechobee to get one, I'm sure, because I've experienced it. And now these people come here and they want to just talk to you about your county and your sheriff, and you want to kick them out. How come? How come I'm not kicked out right now? Because I'm not talking about no potholes and no damn bridges.
Sir?
There it is.
There
There it is.
you're
There
out
you
of-
go.
there'll be no
There
more
you go.
profanity.
There you
There'll be
go.
no more
There you go.
profanity.
There you go. Which one? Freaking or dump? Which one? Which one? Which one? I didn't think so. My man tried to help you out with Cohen versus California, and your reply was, we're in Okeechobee,
Sir,
Florida.
we have no
The
jurisdiction over
Supreme
California.
Court does not have
You're out of order.
jurisdiction over here?
You're out of order.
The
You're through.
Supreme-
Cut the mic. You're through. See ya. But please take him out of the room. Take him out of the building, please. Yes.
And this is where the video ends. Since Warren is now becoming a frauditor, it's time to give him a lesson. This is what's called the walk of shame. You and your idiot frauding friends who were removed from the city council meeting are all now doing the walk of shame. This was nothing more than them trying to cause a disruption and, well, getting what they want. Removed from the meeting so they can try to file a lawsuit. So if you guys like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. Leave a thumbs up and a comment because it helps me with the algorithm. Don't forget to check out my second channel and the podcast. With all that being said, be well, be safe, and I'll see you guys next time. And a special thank you to all members of the news team. Without all of your support, I couldn't keep the channel going. So I want to thank you all personally from the bottom of my heart. You guys mean the world to me, and I could never thank you enough.